welcome to today's first core stability class. And we're starting our 6-week course today with a wonderful theme. It's the lines of force into the core, getting the legs connected into the core, the arms connected into the core, and finding that spine core connection as well. It's going to be a great class. I'm Mihaela here at Yago Yoga, so join me to get started. All you need is your mat, water, and a towel. Now we're going to start our standing centering, feet hip width apart, taking the toes off the mat, bringing them up towards the body, letting the body weight sway slightly forwards and backwards onto the heel until we feel the tripod of connection. The big knuckle underneath the big toe, the small knuckle underneath the baby toe, and the middle of the heel. So rather than being on the outside or on the inside or the back side of the heel, being firmly planted onto the center of the heel. So taking the toes off, soft gentle bend in the knees, allowing the body weight to drop through the bones down, the pull of gravity gluing us down onto the mat. And then when we feel that body weight spreading the soles open onto the floor, lifting the toes, feeling the tone in the soles of our feet, bringing the big toe down, bringing the baby toe down, feeling the draw up through the arches, the inner arches on the inside of the feet, the outer arches on the outside of the feet, and then the horizontal arches from the big toe to the baby toe. So again, it's like a tripod, and I'll tell you about it because that's the alignment part. That's the rooting part. That's where we start. So bending the knees gently, bringing the tailbone slightly in, and imagine the tailbone sticking it out like a duck, going back, bringing it slightly down. And it's only a micro tuck, so don't go too much in. Don't leave it hanging out. Bring it in ever so slightly until you feel a slight tone in the pelvic floor kicking in. Bringing the breastbone in, shoulders open, resting on the ribcage. Resist the pull to draw them in. Leave them out, nicely engaging the upper back. Bringing the fingers out slightly, spreading them out just the way you spread out the toes to feel a bit of tone in the hands, a bit of tone traveling up along the arms. You might want to rotate the shoulders a little bit more in micro rotations just to let the body settle in itself. And then a slight dip of the chin towards the heart, but not too much. Again, what you need to play with is the lift from the base of the head. So feeling a little bit of tone in the throat, along the neck, at the base of the head, lifting the head up. It's like the head is finding a little bit of space at the top of the neck to rest there. A bit of a floaty neck sensation. And then inhaling slightly into the belly, the rib cage, the chest and the throat. And then exhaling. Allowing a gentle sway, just as you breathe, just as natural as the breath, to roll around the four corners of the feet. Now you felt the body weight to draw down through the bones onto the floor, rooting down. Now feel the rebound effect traveling up from the arches of the feet. So as the feet are planted, you feel the big toe working, you feel the baby toe working, you feel the middle of the heel working, the arches are active, slightly planting themselves firmer down, but lifting up. And you feel the front of the foot drawing up, you feel the ankle opening, muscles along the shins, the backs of the calves, the knees drawing out slightly, the kneecaps are active, the muscles around the knees. Thighs are active, slightly drawing outwards. Pelvic floor drawn in. Again, feel a slight lift from the pelvic floor. It's an inside feeling, it's an inside sensation. And if you're unsure about it, stick the bum out and then slightly, bit by bit, as if you're turning a dial in, just with the same amount of subtle moves. Imagine you're setting the microwave. So you go in 10 seconds or in 5-second rounds. So not going 10 minutes, 5 minutes, not too big of a jump from here to here. A little bit of a soft, subtle micro move in to feel that draw up. Beautiful. And as you feel that draw up through the pelvic floor, you feel your legs connected to the hips, connecting into your lower abdominals. You'll feel them slightly drawing in naturally as you're swaying. It's like a spiral of tone that travels from the lower part of the body to the upper part of the body. You can close your eyes for this one if you feel like you're a little bit distracted by the physicality of it, by all these adjustments, and just feel the body adjusting itself. So you don't have to do anything, just let it come to its natural tone and release, because this is what the sway is all about. The whole body coming together in a wonderful tone and release. As you're swaying forward, front body tones, back body actively releasing. You feel a nice elongation along the back body. The same for moving backwards. You're moving backwards, back body tones, front body lengthens. Same for the left and right. You're moving to the left. Left side contracts. Right side lengthens. And on the right side tones in, feels a little bit stronger, working a bit more intensely, and then left side releases. Same with the breath. As you inhale, you feel a little bit of activity in the belly. In the rib cage, there's a little bit of a lift. Breastbone is in. And then the chest, you're breathing into the top of the chest, collarbone spreads out slightly. And then the exhale, when you feel the muscles of the trunk toning in a little bit more and releasing into that intensity, releasing into that space. Beautiful. Now, keep on swaying. As you're swaying, I want you to start a gentle bounce in the knees. A nice, vibrant, energetic bounce. It's not a mechanical bounce, so we're not doing this, just bending in the knees, collapsing in the knees. On the contrary, we're pressing down to the feet, we're lifting through the knees, kneecaps and thighs, and we're gently bouncing the knees forward. And as we're bouncing the knees forward, the feet feel like they're opening up a little bit more to the floor. It feels like they're going deeper into the floor. They're being more rooted into the floor. Calves are working a bit more intensely in their lift. Thighs are working a little bit more intensely as well. Pelvic floor is drawing in, and it feels like you're bouncing a little bit in your pelvic floor. Keep the sway and the bounce as well. Beautiful. You might notice a little bit of heat around the legs coming in. You're wondering, oh my God, if this is the centering, where are we going? It's going to be very grounding today, guys. Very grounding. Beautiful. As you keep bouncing the knees forward, notice there might be a slight tendency for the knees to draw inwards. Rotate the thighs out ever so slightly. Draw the tailbone in, send it down. Imagine the tailbone down. Keep the breastbone in and then keep the head level. So imagine the head, the rib cage and the hips on the same line. And keep the bounce and the sway. You might notice that you want to go a little bit faster. Boom, boom, boom. It's a very boom move. You might notice you want to go a little bit faster, but try to make the move a mindful move. So it is an energetic move. It's a vibrant move. It feels very alive in the muscles. But don't avoid going into the mechanic of it. Try to stay in the energetic feeling of it. And you might see that the sway has got a little bit drawn more to the center, your center of gravity. It's a little bit it's a little bit slower and it's a little bit more intense. And you might actually have a beautiful lifting sensation across the whole body, like you're planting your feet a little bit firmer into the ground and you're lifting a little bit taller, which is a gorgeous feeling. Beautiful. And keep breathing. Notice your I want to say notice your smile. Notice your smile as well, but notice your breath. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale, and let them be whatever they are at the moment. Be with your breath. Beautiful. Bouncing the knees forward. You can bounce the hands if you want, but don't worry, we've got something for them coming up as well. Take a deep breath in. Get into the sway, stop the gentle bounce. Inhale. Bring the hands gently up. Be careful about holding that spread, that beautiful open shoulders down onto the ribcage, breastbone down. Breathe in, bring the palms up gently, gently. Keep the sway, keep the center of gravity. And as the hands move gently up, you might feel, as you're bringing the breastbone in, the activation of the top abdominals. So we had the rooting bounce that sent us to the pelvic floor, nicely engaging the thighs and the pelvic floor. Now we're engaging the top abdominals. And I want you to bounce the hands back and to press through the knees back as well. Feel that beautiful arm-leg connection. And as you're bouncing back through the legs, again with the same vibrancy, notice if you keep the tailbone down, you'll feel the pelvic floor working a little bit more. You'll definitely feel the upper back and the upper abdominals working. And if you don't, try to go in smaller increments. So do the same thing, bringing the hands down slowly, and then checking in with your side muscles. So draw the attention inwards towards the side muscles, the intercostals. As you're bringing the hands up, imagine like a victorious, beautiful, extended mountain, drawing them up, keeping the shoulders down on the ribcage, so not letting them go up like that. You can bring them up towards the ears and feel that disconnection, that space that just goes collapsing inwards rather than lifting up. And as the shoulders go down onto the ribcage, there's a liberation of the neck, a freeing of the neck. Beautiful. And now we're bouncing the knees backwards. We're pressing gently from the kneecaps, from the thighs. We're lifting and pressing the feet down onto the mat. So feet are pressing a little bit more. Make sure you've got the body weight front and back 50-50. And you're bouncing back in your pelvic floor. You're bouncing the arms back in your upper abdominals. And with the next inhale, as you breathe in, you feel a gentle lift in the rib cage. You feel the tone in the trunk, especially the sides and the middle of the trunk, stabilizing. Now the challenge is rim of the rib cage towards the hip bones. Not too much, but just a little bit to feel this lift. If we prop the chest like this, we'll feel a compression in the lower back. We've sort of like lost control of our trunk, and it's a big part to lose control of. So 3 keystones, tailbone in, breastbone in, and then lengthening the rib cage up, feeling like a corset, a beautiful tone. And you feel stable in your body. And again, with the bouncing back of the knees, with the bouncing back of the arms, you might feel a gorgeous, gorgeous lifting sensation along the front body and along the back body. And I noticed there, I kept on swaying. You can keep swaying if you want to, or do just the bouncing back, lifting to the kneecaps and thighs, which is locking out the legs in their full strength. Beautiful. And you notice we went from centering to limbering, and it might already feel a bit too hot in this body. Beautiful. Now let's keep this beautiful engagement while we go through our sun salutations. Breathe in, bring the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Step the right leg back, right knee down. Pressing the feet, both of them down. Tailbone in, shoulders open. Inhale, smile. Exhale, palms down, left leg up. Bring the left foot back into high plank. Beautiful. Let's go for a bounce in high plank, pressing the 4 corners of the feet down, pressing the heels back. If we're looking at the ankles, they're nicely extended. Beautiful. Shoulders are open, eyes of the elbows toward the front of the mat. Exhale, knees down, slide gently forward. Bring the chin and the chest down, and then bring the pubic bone down. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Press through the palms, curl the toes, and bring the whole tailbone up, back, and down. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the front, left knee down. And again, we're up onto the tippy toes, shoulders open, tailbone in, lifting through the power of the calf and the thigh. Knee stays slightly out, rotated by the thigh. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the left foot forward. And then inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, fold forward, left foot back, left knee down, looking forward, gorgeous equestrian lunge, smile at the sun, bring the palms forward, step the right foot back, and we're down in high plank again. And again, we're going for a bounce from the pelvic floor, from your core, lifting up. Beautiful. Knees down. Exhale, chin, chest down. Keep the shoulders open and then extend the feet, pubic bone down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Press through the palms, curl the toes, and lift in down dog. Inhale, bring the left foot up. Exhale, left foot in between the palms. Right knee down. And we're looking forward. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in there. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Bring the palms up. Beautiful. And we're going to stay there. Only one round of sun salutations because we've got beautiful extended mountain and 90-degree forward fold, halfway fold from the core. So we're going to keep bouncing the knees forward this time. Bouncing the hands back. Feeling that connection. Feel the four corners of the feet. The three arches. Knees slightly going out. Thighs rotating outwards. Beautiful. Same for the hands. Feel the tone in the fingers. Mimic the tone in the toes. And let that tone from your hands travel into the forearms, into the upper arms, into the shoulders, across the upper back, the chest. And imagine you have a button right here underneath the chest. Bring it in. Beautiful. Keep bouncing the knees forward. Inhale, and then exhale, swan dive, 90-degree forward fold. And you might have noticed as you fold it forward, hinging from the hips, so you extend the tailbone back, a slight tuck, just a slight tuck, and then you focus on breathing in, extending the distance between the rim of the rib cage and the hip bones. And the hands stay 90 degrees, and we bounce the trunk from the core. Beautiful. Now keep the knees a little bit bent, but do explore the space of your hamstrings. As you fold forward, as you hinge from the hips, tailbone goes back, and you might feel a nice, beautiful extension of the back of the knee. Right underneath your glute. Your hamstring muscles. Beautiful. And as you can see, I keep bouncing my arms. That's why they never get tired, because I always get them to explore new spaces. Gorgeous. Breathe in and exhale. Bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra and step the feet out as wide as the mat. Take a deep breath there and inhale. We're going to do a half garland for the moment. Just to feel that beautiful connection, legs, pelvic floor, arms, upper abdominals, and then the extension in the trunk. 3 points of connection in the core. So, gently bouncing the knees up and down from the thighs, so not collapsing in the knees. Avoid doing that, that's just mechanical. Lift from the pressing down of the four corners, along the calves, into the kneecaps, into the thighs, tailbone slightly down, shoulders open. Pressing the palms together, each of the fingers meeting the counterpart with intention. And you'll feel a nice roll of the shoulders back, and the stronger you press the fingers together, the more you feel it in your upper abdominals. Beautiful, guys. And if you feel like going more into the left side, and then going more into the right side, Go for it. 2 more breaths here. Again, pump that pelvic floor. Imagine everything's drawing up, your Mula Bandha, your root lobe. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And of course, the bounce is faster than the inhale or than the exhale. So you can coordinate it up to a point. Don't have to make it super precise. Your intuition will tell you when the breath and the body feel right together. Beautiful. Now walk the feet in. Take a deep breath in. Feet hip width apart. Shins going back. Hinging from the hips. You can bring the fingers right in the crease of the hips and draw a line down. See if that line goes to the middle of the knee and then down to the second toe. And that's the test your legs are super aligned. And we go backwards from the second toe to the middle of the knee, up into the crease of the hips. The crease of the hips is like a little dimple in your hip, so it's not the hip bones. It's where you feel your thigh bones are resting into the hip sockets. Beautiful. Now, pressing the shins back, hinging from the hips, we take the tailbone back and we sit down in the chair, bringing the hands up. We let the hands and the torso counterbalance the weight of the lower body. Slight tuck of the pelvis. Don't worry, we're only going to stay here just to experiment with that beautiful shoulder rib cage connection. You can bring the hands a little bit higher for a mini rave chair. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, palms in Anjali Mudra. This time we're going to go for a full garland. We're ready for it. Stepping the feet out as wide as the mat. Toes slightly out. Knees over ankles. Feeling both the front part of the feet and the heels firmly planted. Taking the hips back. Bringing the palms together. Inhale. And exhale. We go deeper. And then we inhale again. And exhale, we go deeper. Now check in with the tone in your thighs, your calves, your pelvic floor and your lower abdominals. Which of them is working harder? And what can you bring in to make it more, less intense on that body part? For example, if your thighs are working the hardest, can you match their effort with the calves and the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals? And it's not about drawing them in, but especially about the core. It's about toning it. Beautiful. Take an inhale and exhale. Fold and hinge from the hips, bringing the outside of the elbows to the inside of the knees, then sitting down, nice and proud in garland. And you can sway around the four corners of the feet. Deep breath in. And a soft breath out. Try to slow down the breath a little bit. Soften into the intensity of the pose. Inhale. And exhale, gently pressing through the four corners of the feet, bringing the hips up. Walking the feet together. Turning to face me on the left side of the mat. And then stepping the right leg out. Heels in line, rotating on the right heel, bringing the left foot in about 15-20 degrees. Now, the right foot doesn't have to be 90 degrees. It can be a little bit in to help with the knee support, to anchor the knee a little bit more. Now, press through the four corners of the feet. You can bend the knees, lift from the arches into the calves, the kneecaps, thighs, tailbone in, shoulders open, breastbone in, bringing the hands up, giving yourself a nice shimmy. Let that shimmy come from the core. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands out. Breathe in, and then bring the left hip up, right hip in and up. So left hip out and up like Elvis pelvis, right hip in and up. So we're lifting constantly. Now you can keep a micro bend in both legs, or you can lock them out in their strength. Your choice. But whatever you do, don't lean into the backs of the knees. Avoid that hyperextension. So locking them out means pressing through the four corners, feeling that extra tone, and then drawing up through the tone, the muscular tone. Inhale there, exhale, bring the right hand up, extend the right side of the body, and exhale, flow down. And we're gonna stay there for 2 breaths, flowing in our core, up and down, feeling the right side obliques. Good, guys. Always there to stabilize the trunk on the right side. And notice the beautiful right and left balance. When the right side contracts, the left side actively elongates, actively extends. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, bring the right hand down, left hand up, breastbone stays in, tailbone stays in. And we breathe there. 3 times, holding the pose from the core, feeling that beautiful legs connected to the core, connected to the rib cage, connected to the upper back, connected to the arms, connected to the head. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bring the left hand parallel to the ground and lift it a little bit, like this much. Pump it. Feel the outside of the arm working. Feel the left side obliques working, the intercostals. Feel the shoulder muscles working. Everything's working, guys. No body part is on vacation. Beautiful. Inhale there. Exhale, following the left thumb out. Bend the right knee. And we're going for a warrior 2. Pull back gently with the left hand as you inch the right foot forward. Warrior is a little bit wider in stance than triangle. Beautiful. Shoulders open towards the left side of your mat. And we're gently going to pump the thighs and the arms. Feeling constantly that we're working mindfully on the body weight distribution. So that's key. Staying in our center of gravity. Is the back leg supporting 50% of the body weight? And it's not mathematical. Sometimes your feet might be slipping on the mat. Bring them in. Make any adjustment. Sometimes you might go forward or too much backwards. Feel where the spine has that natural midline rightness. And pump the arms to mimic the same effort and tone that you have in your feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the palms together. And then Beautiful variation to open the hips a little bit more, get in touch with the core a little bit more. Dive forward and open the hands out, keeping the knee over the ankle. Shoulders away from the ears. Tailbone in. And you might feel your knee wants to come in. Mine does. Gently bring it a little bit forward over the ankle. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring the hands back on the waist, on the hips. Bring the right foot in. Left foot out. Ooh, love the heat. Heels in line. Back foot a little bit in. Front foot a little bit in with the toes. Knee out, thigh rotating outwards, thigh rotating outwards. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Press through the four corners of the feet and give yourselves a nice little wiggle, shimmy. Bringing the tailbone, sending it downwards to the mat. Breastbone in, shoulders open. And if you want to press the fingers with intent, feel that tone across the arms, go for it. Inhale, bring the hands out. Exhale, boom. Elvis, pelvis. Right hip up and out, left hip in and out. Inhaling there, lifting the left hand up, extending the left side of the body, keeping it nicely extended, and then reaching up and down. And we're reaching over and down. Inhale there and exhale. When you found a nice slight dip, let's stay there. Let's feel that beautiful lifting up from the four corners of the feet, along the legs, into the thighs, rotating outwards, and the pelvic floor, and the core. We're moving from the core, we're moving from the inside out, guys. And exhale, bring the left palm down, right hand up, and you can look up. And we're staying there, really noticing that rib cage extension. Breathe in and exhale. Bring the right hand parallel to the floor. And again, good. Feel the outer side of the arm, the tricep. The outer part of the forearm working. Whoa. The whole right side, the intercostal muscles working. They're working in alignment. They're not bearing too much weight. They're just toning and releasing. Toning up, releasing and extending down. Toning up, releasing and extending down, but micro moves. Inhale there, follow the right thumb out. Bend the left knee. And again, nice straight line. Shoulders open, pulling back with the right hand. And again, we turn the torso towards the right side of the mat. Well, the front side of the mat. Now I realize the mat actually has two left sides, depending on how we're standing. Revelation of the day. Take a deep breath in, and again, we're bouncing the palms forward. Again, just the same rooting sensation, the same rooting energy as we have in our legs. And I feel my right hand pulling my trunk slightly back, and I go with it because it definitely knows what it's doing. Looking at the middle finger on your left hand, breathe in, bring the palms together, and then align the body, stay in warrior two legs, and take a dive, slightly folding forwards. It's like like a 45-degree fold. So the tailbone goes back and we're keeping the knee over the ankle. We're bringing the hands from Anjali Mudra out in a V, and we are lifting from the core. Gorgeous. And the knee will want to come up. I see mine there. Slightly bring it over the ankle. Inhale there. Bring the hands on the hips. Press to the four corners of the feet. Come up gently. Pigeon through the feet. Turn them both in. Rotate the thighs out. Tailbone is slightly in. Bring the palms together. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, fold forward. And again, you can keep a gentle micro bend in the knees, or you can lock them out to feel their wonderful strength. You can check to see if your knees are locked out by how you have the weight. Do you have it front and back of the foot? Equally spread out? If the answer is yes, then you're locking out your knee. If the weight is only on the leg and the front side is coming off, then you're hyperextending the knees. Deep breath in there and exhale, pressing down, bending the knees, bringing the hands, keeping the feet pigeon-toed, bringing the hands on the lower back. Inhale and exhale, bringing the pelvis forward, looking up, opening the heart. And you'll feel a nice strengthening of the hamstrings now and lengthening of the hip flexors on the front body. And exhale back to neutral. Bring the palms together. Step to the front of your mat. And give yourselves a nice sway for 2 breaths. Checking in to see how the body feels. Maybe getting a little bit of water. Whatever feels right. This is what it's all about. Beautiful. And now we're preparing for our peak pose, the wonderful tree. Great for balance. We've got a nice heart opening variation to it. So stabilizing the body weight onto the left side. Bring the right knee up. Imagine you're stepping. So the right foot is engaged, even if it's off the ground. Bring a little bend in the left leg to feel the front and the back of the foot engaged. Tailbone is down, breastbone is in. And then the inhale extends the trunk up. Shoulders are open, hands on hips for stability. And then you open the right knee out. You can do a little bit of a circle. I love doing a little bit of a circle in my hip socket just to open the right hip out. And to check in with my balance. And you can go foot on the ankle, foot on the calf, or foot on the inside of the upper thigh. Try not to put the foot on the knee, because then you're leaning with the body weight against the big joint and you're destabilizing it and you might hurt it. So when the hip is open and the foot is pressed, let the weight of the knee lift itself up. So keep the knee active, keep the thigh active, and keep the where the thigh and the foot meet, let them meet both with engagement. So you're not letting any leg be passive in this. Shoulders are open. And we bring the hands up. Take a deep breath in. And let's go for a mini bouncing tree. It's only going to be more rooting, guys, more stabilizing. Bouncing the knees slightly forward and the hands back. Active elbows, shoulders away from the ears, hands as if you're holding a beach ball, and Big John and Paul, they want to take it away from you and you don't want to let. Inhale there. Stop for 2 beautiful breaths. Feeling that beautiful spaciousness in the inhale. Rooting down and releasing through the exhale. Imagine you're exhaling through your feet, down into the ground. And then you're lifting and you feel the energy rising across the body. And then exhale, bringing the palms together, engaging the elbows, shoulders open. Inhale, look up, open the heart. Chin slightly up. And a beautiful smile on your face if you feel like it. Exhale, bring the knee in. Bring both feet on the ground. Bring the palms together. And give yourselves a nice gentle sway. Feeling how the right side feels, feeling how the left side feels. And it might sound dramatic. I don't know why my voice is so dramatic right now. It's the core. It might sound dramatic because the difference is dramatic. Like there's a big difference in the left side and the right side. How they feel, how open they feel, how light they feel, how released they feel, how tired they might feel as well, how tense, how toned they might feel as well. And whenever you're ready, again, just a slight little bend in the right knee, stabilizing the body weight onto the right foot, bringing the left foot up, inhaling, tailbone slightly in, exhaling left knee out to the side. And again, we can do left foot on the ankle, left foot on the calf, or taking the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. And again, slight tuck of the pelvis, level the hips out, knees out, gentle bend in the right knee, taking the hands up. And we go for a mini rave. Just for 2, 3, 4 breaths. And if you can feel the vibrations I am feeling right now, imagine the whole body working together in unison, in a uniform tone. Check where you have areas that are working harder than others. Inhale there. And exhale, send all that exhale down into the ground, root a little bit more, palms together, elbows active, and we're opening the heart, gently looking up. Wrists are open, elbows are open. Inhale there. And exhale, bring the left foot down, bring the palms in Anjali Mudra. And again, take 2 breaths. Give yourselves a nice gentle sway. Bring the hands up. And exhale, fold forward. And this time we're going down onto the floor. Feeling our sitting bones active on the floor. Taking the knees, coming up onto the heels. So giving ourselves a nice little gentle shimmy to feel the sitting bones rooting down. Like the way we feel our feet rooting down, that's where our ground is now. So stability first, rooting down into the core. Then we feel the pelvic floor active, then the breastbone active, shoulders are open, feet are active. Breathe in, and you can come onto the toes just to transfer a bit more weight to the thighs. And then whenever you're ready, lifting the feet up and keeping the feet active. Beautiful. Take an inhale there. Exhale, bring the knees to chest, 1 centimeter. And I would turn, but it's a very balancing pose. Yay, I did it. Bring the hands out and keep doing it. Keep the knees not leaning against each other, but close to each other. Imagine you're holding a towel. We did that in the core classes. Now shoulders are open, spine is nice and straight. You're lengthening through the base of the head. Now, arms are out, and you keep pumping from your core. And we'll stay here for 10, 9, 8. Well done, guys. 7, 6, 5, 4. Well done. 3, 2, 1, 0. Well done. Palms down, extending the legs, bringing them a little bit lower. Now check to see what you need to do to adjust your body. You might actually need to take the palms back slightly. So feel wherever they can go to balance the body out. Bring the feet a little bit lower, spine nice and straight, tops of the fingers. We're going to stay here for 10 more with all the shakes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to chest. Don't drop the legs. Stay in that engagement. Bring both hands around the knees, forehead down. Breathe against the thighs. Feel that beautiful length in the back body. As you breathe against the thighs, you might feel that the front body is restricted, so the breath is going into the back body. Like pressing a balloon onto one side, the other side gets more expanded. Inhale there, bring the feet down, hip width apart or a little bit wider for stability. Palms underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hip bones up. Reverse table. After both, a beautiful reverse table to open the heart. Keep the core engaged. And let's keep bouncing in the core. Let's stay here for 10 breaths. 10, 9, pressing through the corners of the palms, pressing through the corners of the feet, lifting with the thighs. The bum is active, but only present. It's not doing the heavy lifting. The thighs and the core are doing that. Breathing into the rib cage. I think we reached 3. 2. And 1. Bringing the tailbone and the hip bones down. Crossing the shins halfway through. Toes engaged. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, twist towards the right. Stay there. Inhale again. And exhale. Give the torso a little bit more of a squeeze. Keep the elbows open, keep the wrists open, the shoulders open. center. Micro twist to the other side. Oh, feels good. Breathe in, bring the hands up, look between the hands, and exhale, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. And again, you might want to go inhale, extend the spine, exhale, twist. Now, the right shoulder will want to come forward. Constantly let it rest down on the ribcage. That's where it belongs. Beautiful. Constantly growing taller. From the base of the head, feeling the tone in the throat. And exhale, back to center. Micro twist to the other side. Or just change the crossing of the legs. The intercrossing, the crossing. Bring the hands up. And exhale, bring both palms on the knees. Inhale, open the heart, open the chest out. Exhale, bring the back body into a C shape. Palms a little bit more on the shins. Breathing into the back body. And exhale as you move forward. Inhale, open the heart, shoulders away from the ears, open. Imagine you're drawing a rainbow with the top of your chin. So chin doesn't just go like that. Oh, that would be compressing in the neck, and I really felt it there. You're actually lengthening the head up and then opening the front of the neck out. I have a long neck, so I have to be careful how I extend it. That's why I'm very particular about the neck. And exhale, curl the spine, breathe into it. So even if you're curling the spine, you're doing so with intention, like a cat. You've seen cats going like that. So exactly like that. But you're still rooted. You're still opening the shoulders. So you're not doing this. You're still opening the shoulders. You're just extending the spine backwards. And inhale, open the heart out. Last set. And we did 3 cats, 3 cows, but you guys can stay in 1 if you want to, for the length of 3 breaths. By 3 breaths, I mean 3 full cycles. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. And then stretch out the legs. Give yourselves a nice little shimmy, a little bit of a wiggle. Inhale, bring the hands up. And exhale, toes active. Bring the hands down wherever they feel right. It might be the thighs, it might be the calves, it might be the toes, wherever they feel right. Keep the shoulders open. Keep pressing the backs of the knees down onto the mat. And very gently imagine you're lengthening the lower back down onto the mat. You'll feel a beautiful extension in the hamstrings, beautiful extension and release in your tailbone. And inhale, coming back up, shaking the legs a little bit, and getting ready for Shavasana. Feet resting out, hands resting out. Breathing in, and exhale, let it all go. Bring the right hand on your belly, Left hand on your heart. Feeling where your hands touch your body. Tuning into that touching frequency. Breathing into your hands. Feeling where your body is touching the floor. And whenever you're ready, closing the eyes. Noticing the weight of the body on the floor. Noticing you might still be holding tone in the body. How active and how vibrant the muscles feel. The skin might feel a little bit tingly. You might feel a bit of warmth coming in from the core or everywhere dissipated in the body. Scan your body from the feet to the top of the head, step by step, and check to see if there are any sensations of coolness or heat, of lightness and heaviness, of tone and release, tiredness or energy. As the body is resting down, bring your attention to your breath. And feel that beautiful massage that the breath has on the inner body, the inner layers of the muscles. And again. Allow yourselves to feel the inhale, the length of it, the tone of it, the space of it, the vibrancy, the beautiful anticipation in it. The pause after the inhale, a natural moment when you just rest. And the pause may last longer every time you take a breath in. And then the exhale. Notice the length of it, the tone of it, the release of it. That wonderful effortlessness in the release on the exhale. Very grounding. And then there's a pause at the end of the exhale. Pause of calmness and stillness. where you feel the space is opening outwards. Your consciousness, your awareness is opening outwards and raising. Allow yourselves to stay there, however long it feels natural. Feel the beautiful points of contact between your breath and your body. And notice the wonderful connection between the breath and the body. There's no separation between them. It feels like one space. And you feel you're breathing your body in and out. And wherever there's a particular tightness you might feel, let the breath bring in the spaciousness. Wherever there's a heaviness in the body, pulling you down or making it uncomfortable, let the breath bring in the lightness. Wherever you feel there's a tone in the body, let the exhale bring the release. Feel your heartbeat in that beautiful breath and body connection, and feel it slowly merging into the same space. Like you're breathing your heart and your body and your breath. gorgeous feeling, beautiful, intimate connection. And you can stay there however long you want to. Or if you want to come out, breathe deeply into your fingers and your toes, your hands, your arms, your legs. Move them slightly. Hold on to the right side. Bring the knees to chest. Give them a kiss. Meet me in easy cross-legged. Thank you everyone for joining me today. It was a great session. I'll see you next time. May all beings know freedom. May all beings know light. May all beings know love. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.